Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Inappropriate Movie Database, the comedy game show about content warnings. I'm your host, Nick Martucci. We have a fun episode tonight. I have no idea how these contestants are going to do at this, but we'll see. Before we get to that, if you're new to the show and you're not a member of the Facebook group, you should join the Facebook group. If you search Inappropriate Movie Database or click the link in the description of this video, that's where you can get almost all of the information about this show, including how to be on it. I love having new people on. I think there's still one date left in October that has space open. Last Thursday of the month, we're doing movies with monsters and or aliens at 8 p.m. Eastern on a Thursday. If you're interested in that, reach out to me either there or on Instagram and Twitter at IMDb Game. That's out of the way. Tonight on the show, we are doing movies with long titles. Because if there's one thing that's too easy on this game, it's remembering titles. So all the titles tonight are 5 words or longer.
Oh my God.
I
had to say yes to that.
I'm gonna make up so many words.
Normally, I'm a little more lenient in what I'll accept as an answer for a title. Tonight, I'm going to have you get at least a little close to it. I won't accept your answer if it's under 5 words. So have fun there. I might accept some numbers for some of these because they are difficult. I have no idea how this is going to work. I'm thrilled to try
thing
it.
happened. That's 6 words. I'm going to say it a lot.
Joining me on the show tonight are some wonderful people. Please welcome Josh Poirier, Kirk Broussard, Liz Estey, and Sammie James. Hey, everybody.
Hey.
Let's start off with the person who, if you've been watching over the last month, most likely you've seen her because she's been on most of the shows in the last month. Always a thrill to have her back for episode 35, not counting hosting episodes. Sammie James back on the show.
Yeah, I'm hosting this week. Not
You
today,
are
but
hosting
the
this
next
week.
one that's happening this week. But anyway,
Spoiler.
hey, yeah, I'm good.
Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. Tune back in and watch Sammie host the show with horror movies. Tonight, long titles. I feel like you've played this game enough that I know how you're going to be tonight, but I really want you to prove me wrong.
Listen, it's always a chance I'll surprise you, and one way or either direction. Okay.
Well, Sammie, what's a movie you really like that has a long title?
Yeah, and listen, I know a lot of them. I know a lot of these, so it's never helped me. But there's a movie people might want to check out. I don't remember. It's a recent year. You know I don't know years of movies.
Mm-hmm.
But it's My Heart Can't Beat Unless You Tell It To.
I've heard of this movie.
Yep. Vampires.
Vampires.
Well,
when did this come out?
What?
When did that movie come out?
You're asking me when this movie came out?
It's a movie you like.
Listen, between 2019 and now.
Well, perfect. I should add that to my list. I'm still looking for vampire movies to like. Not my favorite monster. I did finally see one that I've been holding off on too long that I really liked. Just saw Daybreakers last week, and that was fantastic. And judging by the silence, I'm going to say you all wholeheartedly agree. Sammie, welcome back to the show. The only person on the show who's been on more times than Sammie, let me just double check. For his, not counting hosting, 39th appearance on the show, Josh Poirier returns.
What's
Hey,
up,
Josh?
Nick? How's it going?
It's going good. How are you?
All right. Good.
Now behind you, I assume that's your favorite.
Nope. My favorite is Up.
How about you go fuck yourself, Josh?
This is my favorite. This is my favorite with a long title. The Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai and the Across the Eighth Dimension. Fantastic fucking film.
It's so fun. And I
such a
think
fun
I
film.
can't use it because I'm pretty sure you used it for one of the games you host.
I did use it for one of the games I hosted.
Uh-huh. Go back and find Josh Poirier hosting. I think that was 70s and 80s sci-fi.
Was 70s and 80s sci-fi, yeah, and it was a mess. But it was a beautiful mess.
It was such a fun time. And I love that movie.
Yeah, it's such a great movie. All right, thanks, Nick.
Yeah, thanks for coming. Let's go third most appearances on the show, not counting hosting, because 3 out of the 4 guests have hosted this show. Returning for her 24th appearance on the show, finally long awaited, Liz Estey's back.
Oh,
hey, Liz.
Hey, I don't know if it was long awaited.
I'd say long awaited.
You've
been busy the last
yeah, it
couple
turns
of
out
months.
Starting grad school really like puts a wrench in your ability to manage time or energy or anything, really. Who knew? Except for everyone.
Yeah, it's like college, except you also have to have an adult life to keep yourself alive at the same time.
Yeah, it's a real it's a real bummer. Who signed up for it? I don't know. She seems like a real idiot. No, the thing, honestly, the hardest part for me is that I actually am enjoying everything I'm learning, which means I don't want to half-ass anything, and that's where the problem is. Like, I wouldn't have a problem if I was okay with not reading all of my readings, but I unfortunately am interested in the subject. So, I mean, fortunately, but also unfortunately.
Wait, is your grad school topic long movie titles? Because if so, we're fucked.
No, it's social work. So, you know,
so
super uplifting. Super uplifting stuff. I spend most of my time reading about how all the systems are broken and or designed to be broken and everyone's suffering.
So
I mean, I'm on Twitter and I'm not paying for grad school, so I get the same.
But I get to do it in academic speak in addition to Twitter. Yeah. No. I mean, if you want to have a fun time, take my racial justice and cultural oppression class, because that's a real banger. We always have a good time in that class.
I'm just going to watch Higher Learning. Leave it at that.
Man, the number of people, we spent a whole, like, the class is 3 hours long. We spent a whole 3-hour class on the Black Panther Party because of how many people in the class didn't know what they actually did.
They saved Wakanda.
Liz,
anyway.
To put us back on topic.
Yes, sorry about that.
That's okay. Liz,
I literally have
any
so
long
many
movie titles.
So here's the thing. I can't think of a long movie title. But I can think of a one-word movie title of a movie I watched this weekend that I want more people to watch. And that is Rosalind on Hulu. I watched it with my roommate and I thought it was hysterical. I think it appeals to a very specific type of person. Like if you like reimagining classics, then I think it'll appeal to you. If you're like a stickler for Shakespearean language, then don't watch it because you'll be upset.
I've been talking since probably my high school years that there should be a Rosalind story. It's not the exact one that I wanted to see, but
yeah,
if it's
so
fun,
it was
I gotta check it out.
It's pretty short, and it's really fun. And you know, Bradley Whitford is chewing the scenery and wearing Venetian garb. So, if you were missing him from your screen. And then I'm just a big fan of Caitlin Dever. So I think I've enjoyed everything that she's ever been in. So.
Well, excellent recommendation. Terrible answer.
Yeah.
And I got shit for Up.
Yeah, but Josh, I like you less than I like Liz.
Oh, okay. All right. That's why I've been on the show. That's why I've been on the show 15 times more.
Finally returning to the show. Hasn't been on as often as the others. He's a new friend to the show. Happy to have him here for his 6th appearance. Kirk Broussard returns. Hey, Kirk.
What is up, everybody? Had my surgery on my knee a couple days ago. Fucking so
you are holed up right now.
Yeah, I'm holed up, but it feels odd to say I'm progressing, that I'm able to use a walker some of the time now. So yeah, things are moving forward. Not quickly, but they're moving forward. Oh man. Yeah.
It's a step-by-step process.
It is. Oh, nailed it. Nailed it.
God.
That was good.
Wow.
Well,
I love this show. Glad to be back.
Glad to have you. Glad you're healing. Well, I'm going to ask you the question and see if you can give a movie that maybe is a little longer than Rosalind.
I thought of 2, like knowing this going in, what the game was, and I immediately thought of 2 movies, and they're polar opposite ends of the movie spectrum, yet somehow both awesome in my opinion. First one, The Assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford. And then the second one I thought of immediately, possibly simultaneously, was Don't Be a Menace to Society While Drinking Your Juice in the Hood. Both of those, they both roll off the tongue. They're both amazing movies, in my opinion. I like them both. Seen them both multiple times. Yeah. Play this fucking game.
I haven't seen either of them. Which one should I watch first?
The Wayans brothers. Definitely.
Of course.
Definitely.
Well, excellent choices, 3 of you. Welcome to the show, 4 of you. I'm so thrilled you're all here. You all know how this game works. If you're new to the show, here's what's going to happen tonight. I have gone to IMDb, the Internet Movie Database, and I have pulled parental warnings for a bunch of movies with long titles. These parental warnings, I don't write them. I don't know who writes them. I'll never know who writes them. But they are my favorite thing. And the reason that there are probably no less than 200 hours of this show available on YouTube right now. We just keep going. I'm going to read these parental warnings. My friends here are going to try to figure out what movie these warnings are from. Good luck to all of you. I really hope this doesn't go just so south. But we'll see. I'll try to be fair. Let's start this game. To do that, Josh Poirier, I'm going to go to you first. Would you like a movie from 1972, 1989, or 2017?
Oh, 72.
72. From 1972, for 5 points under the category of sex and nudity. None. Although breeding and flirting have been written into this story.
Well, it is 100% not the 1972 movie that came to my head.
Same here.
I was getting ready to raise my hand, and then she said no nudity. I'm like,
for 4 points under the category of violence and gore. In one scene, a man is burned alive. Only unrated cut.
Okay.
For 3 points under profanity, the word bastard is used in anger by a character against some human abusers.
Oh, okay. No, that wasn't 1970.
For 2 points under alcohol, drugs, and smoking, some humans appear to drink. A nightclub is set up for this. The main creature is originally trained to be a bartender, but he messes this up on purpose so he can get into the city's communications complex instead. What some of the humans smoke, one of which comments on the cigarette by saying, "Now that I know they won't kill me, I don't enjoy them anymore."
God damn it.
Sammie has a guess. Anybody else? What do you think, Sammie?
Is this Invasion of the Body Snatchers?
It is not Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Okay.
For
I knew
one,
I was off with the year, but
for one,
no one else is guessing.
it's true. This is a difficult one. Final clue for 1 point under frightening and intense scenes. The conditioning treatments of the enslaved apes, electroshock, flame aversion, the main character's electrocution, and street riot easily makes this one of the most violent of the series pictures. We have 3 hands up. Liz, what do you think this movie is?
Planet of the Apes 2?
Sammie, what do you think this movie is?
Is this listen, I've seen every Planet of the Apes movie, and I don't say that with pride. Okay. But as we know, I don't know what year's movies come out.
Mhm.
So but I am going to say Return to the Planet of the Apes.
Josh, what do you think this movie is?
This is Escape from the Planet of the Apes.
God damn it, that's what I meant.
Sammie, what number Planet of the Apes do you think this is?
I have no. Oh, don't ask me that. You know what? I'm gonna. It's one of the later ones. I know that is what I was thinking.
Throw any number.
6.
Josh, what number do you think this is?
4.
What?
4.
Josh got the title wrong, but he did get the number right. So Josh is going to be the only one to get points on this one. This is Conquest of the Planet of the Apes, a movie that I put into this game for the 4 Quills episode that we didn't get to, and I've been throwing it into the rotation for a year now and dreading when it finally comes up. So thank you for letting me take this out of the game.
Planet of the Apes is my favorite one.
It was a great one.
Wow.
And yet I got the name wrong. So it goes like, listen, we were both wrong, but
As you can
got
see,
it
I
right.
care deeply about the titles of the Planet of the Apes.
This is the hardest one, I think.
Oh,
Listen, you all
least we
learned
got that out of the
something
way.
about Sammie today. That's the most important.
What should you get out of the way, Josh?
I said we got the hardest one out of the way.
Oh, we got the hardest one of
Oh, wait, is it 5 words or more?
or more.
Oh. I'm sitting here like none of those are 5 words. What is happening? I'm so sorry.
Liz thought
so
this game was. I can't tell if it's harder or easier than it.
I think it's
really is.
harder, man. It's
Liz thought
harder.
this game was 5-word titles or Rosalind.
Forget
And with that, Josh is at 1 point, Kirk is at 0, Liz and Sammie are at -1 each. Is that right?
I'm at negative
No.
2.
You sure are. I was trying to figure out who guessed wrong twice.
Yeah,
I
no,
was
off
surprised.
to a
I was
great
surprised that I was tied with Sammie.
All right, let's move on. Kirk, would you like a movie from 1958, 1988, or 2016?
1988.
1988. From 1988 for 5 points, under sex and nudity. There is a river scene with full frontal nudity. About 4 or so women with clear full frontal and 1 man showing brief full frontal nudity. Both include pubic hair. For 4 points under violence and gore, a woman has multiple stones thrown at her. Josh has a guess. Anybody else have a guess?
No,
Josh, what do you think?
It's a Clan of the Cave Bear?
It is not Clan of the Cave Bear.
All right, I'll lower my hand.
I'll be
Oh,
honest,
really?
I feel like that might have been more difficult than Conquest of the Planet of the Apes if I were to
Probably.
include that.
Probably. And that was 83, I think.
For 3 points under violence and gore, the main character removes his own heart from his chest. He holds it in his hand while onlookers surround him.
88.
88. For 2 points under sex and nudity. As the main character is being beaten just before he is taken to be crucified, there are brief views of his naked rear end.
I don't
Oh,
know.
Jesus
There's
Christ,
a
no.
lot of. I'm gonna.
What the hell's the
I
name of
don't. I've been so.
Oh, shit.
Just listen. It's the Jesus movie I can remember the title of. I'm probably
Well-
wrong with the year.
Well, Liz is gonna guess first. 4 hands
fuck
up.
me. All right, this is me trying to get to 5 words. The Passion of the Christ.
Sammie, what do you think?
The Last Temptation of Christ? It's the long
Kirk, what
title
do you
that I
think?
could remember with Jesus. So I'm like, I'm way off with the year. That's fine.
The Last Temptation of Christ.
Josh, what do you think?
It's the Last Temptation of Christ.
It sure is the Last Temptation of Christ.
Oh my God.
Every time I really act like I don't know, I know.
The Martin
It works the other
Scorsese
way, too,
Christ
so.
movie with Willem Dafoe's
Willem Dafoe.
Christ.
Listen, I have only ever watched Jesus Christ Superstar. That is the only Jesus or
You know,
Christ
that also works.
film.
No, it doesn't.
No.
No, it doesn't.
doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
Final clue in that under frightening and intense scenes may have helped Liz a little bit. Intense and disturbing contains some gory images. The flogging, bloody crown of thorns, and crucifixion scenes, of course, will be disturbing. However, this is all very tame when compared to the Passion of the Christ.
Oh yeah, it would have helped me a lot. God damn
as
it.
You would've
far as
known what
those
it wasn't.
clues go, you kind of had me at pubic hair.
When I
Yeah,
think
man, well-
pubic hair, I do think Christ.
Absolutely. Oh, I was gonna lean towards Willem Dafoe, but
They had to use another nail to crucify something else on Willem Dafoe.
Yeah, usually you can't see Willem Dafoe's pubic hair past his massive dick.
4 nails for that. 4 nails for that, Christ.
Man, I've missed this. What a great intellectual exercise.
Josh and Kirk both at 2 points. Sammie at 0. Liz at -2.
Hell yeah.
We traded.
Woo!
Liz, would you like a movie from 1979, 2008, or 2013?
Oh man. Let's do 2013. I'm not sure that is a real year, but sure.
All right, from 2013 for 5 points under frightening and intense scenes. The movie itself is much darker than the previous part of the series. Many grave and psychedelic scenes that may upset viewers.
For 2013.
For 4 points.
Wait.
Okay.
Can you repeat that clue?
The movie itself is much darker than the previous part of the series. Many grave and psychedelic scenes that may upset viewers.
I can't remember the exact name, but I don't remember the year, but I know I watched both of these movies because I had a nephew. I have a nephew. He's still alive.
You have nephews.
But at that time he was younger than he is now.
Mm-hmm.
And all of my guesses have preambles. You're used to this. So it's Percy Jackson and it's the fucking boat one. It's the fucking boat one. I'm so mad. Percy Jackson and if I'm wrong, this is even better. If it's not like this movie, it's even better that I'm really agonizing over this.
Then I should put you out of your misery. It is not Percy Jackson, the boat one. Josh, you're a little late on that hand raise.
Okay,
we just sat
fine.
through a whole Sammie preamble.
You're right.
A presamble.
It's also how I host.
Well, your show's at 4.5 hours.
Still not as long as, was anyone else on the one that LC hosted?
I think it was just you on that one.
Oh man, because that one
2.5
was
hours.
Yeah, that one
It is the winner.
We had a great time.
For 4 points under frightening and intense scenes, it's shown that the living dead wizard and his followers have risen from their tombs. Josh, you don't have a guess anymore?
No, I don't.
Sammie, what do you think this... Oh, wait.
No, good.
Sammie, what do you think this movie is?
Okay, so I is this Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2?
This is not Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2.
Listen, I'm making real guesses. Like
You sure are.
Not Josh picks right. It hurts so much more when you're trying.
That's just how life is. For 3 points under sex and nudity. A silly reference when a dwarf asks an elf woman if she wants to search his trousers. Liz has a guess. Sammie has a guess.
I know it, but I'm not going to guess.
Weird strategy.
No, because I'm going to fuck up the title.
Sammie, what do you think this movie is?
Is this The Hobbit, The Desolation of Smaug?
Liz, what do you think?
This. Oh fuck me.
It's the only one I knew.
Is this The Hobbit: An Unexpected Journey?
This is not The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey. This is The Hobbit, The Desolation of Smaug.
Fuck, I just wanted to be different. Why? I should have known better.
That's what I was going to guess, but I would have fucked it up.
It's the only Hobbit movie I knew a title of. So I'm like,
honestly,
it's The Hobbit.
the
It's
only
the second.
Hobbit
I knew it was
movie.
the second one because
I still have
context
never
clues.
seen the Battle of the Five Armies because I refuse to accept that it exists.
It's like me and Rocky 5.
Oh, you need to get on Rocky 5.
Other clues.
Rocky 5, the Voyage of the Dawn Treader.
Under frightening and intense scenes,
Oh.
a dragon blows fire onto the screen, which
Fuck
can make
me.
viewers, quote, jump.
I'm so mad at myself. I really thought I was doing something
And frightening and
wrong
intense
for no
scenes,
reason.
the dragon tries to eat Bilbo and Thorin. Josh,
Lost so many points getting there. I don't think it helped.
you did get something. Josh and Kirk still in the lead with 2 points. Sammie's at 1. Liz is at -3.
Cool. I can't decide if I want to try or if I just want to double
Join us, Liz. Join us.
All right, Sammie. Hope you remember the last 15 years. Would you like a movie from 2010, 2014, or 2019?
2010. Sure.
2010.
Oh shit! What a year. I forgot that period of time just doesn't compute.
From 2010 for 5 points under violence and gore, a sheep is killed in the beginning.
It could be anything.
Anything.
Most movies begin with a sheep being killed.
I remember all the movies with the sheep being killed in them, except for 2010.
There is one where they're pretty quiet about it.
Yeah, that's true. It must have been it then.
For 4 points under frightening and intense scenes, near the end, a character has lost one of his legs. Can be a frightening view to minor viewers. Sammie has a guess. Anybody else? What do you think,
How
Sammie?
to Train Your Dragon.
This is How to Train
Yes.
Your Dragon.
Oh, babysitting my
Fucking
nephew. Fucking listen, it's like it's finally worth it. Like it's worth it because he's a great 20-year-old now. But like all those years watching these movies. Also, it's a fucking wonderful movie.
It's a wonderful movie.
It's a
Hiccup lost his
so
leg.
good.
It's rough, you know.
Crying in theaters. Maybe the best IMAX movie I've seen.
It's the entire
Man,
series.
I have to say-
the entire series is good.
I for me, maybe it's recency bias, but Dune in IMAX was lit.
I didn't see Dune. Period.
I
It's not a
have
long
neither
title.
trained a dragon or seen any of those movies.
They're fun. They're good ones. I remember leaving the movie, I overheard like a father and his tiny little child talking. And the kid's like, "That's the best movie." And the dad's like, "Best movie ever?" "No, best movie you ever saw?" And he said, "Best movie so far." Like, that's just a fun way to think about it.
It's a great funny thing about it.
Those are
I
the
love this
best movie
but
until the
I'm-
second one came out.
Other clues in How to Train Your Dragon under sex and nudity: a man gives his son a helmet he said was made from his wife's, the son's mother's, breastplate. He then states that the helmet he is
That's
wearing
not sex and nudity.
was made in the same fashion, and that the two helmets are a matching set, implying that the helmets had been the two cups of the breastplate.
Oh my God, these people. These
Violence
fucking
and
people.
gore. The first time Astrid says, "That's for X and that's for Y," she knocks Hiccup to the ground and thumps the butt of her axe on Hiccup, presumably on his stomach. Astrid has a running gag of punching Hiccup in the shoulder before negating it with a corollary nice thing to say.
Oh, fuck these people, man. Seriously.
And frightening and intense scenes, fighting with / defending against large dragons in an enclosed arena. Sammie's in the lead, 5 points. Josh and Kirk at 2, Liz at -3. Josh, we're going back up to you.
Yep.
Ready for this jump? Would you like a movie from 1925, 2009, or 2014?
2009.
2009. From 2009 for 5 points under sex and nudity. The main male character is implied to be a womanizer, reluctant to tie himself down to a committed relationship.
Huh. Okay, so it is not Where the Wild Things Are. Because that was, when you said 2009, I looked up a bunch of movies years before this. And that one is the one I remember.
Kirk has a guess. Kirk, what do you think this movie is?
Dr. T and the Women.
This is a fun guess. It is not Dr. T and the Women. Also, I'm looking at the YouTube comments, and Marty, I also saw How to Train Your Dragon at Jordan's Furniture. It's the furniture store you can see an IMAX movie in. For 4 points in this movie under alcohol, drugs, and smoking, alcoholic beverages can be seen in the background at locations such as the riverboat and the restaurants. For 3 points under violence and gore, a man gets whacked with a book on 2 occasions while in an animal form, but recovers quickly both times. Liz has a guess. Anybody else? Liz, what do you think this movie is?
The Princess and the Frog.
Liz is out of the hole. This is The Princess and the Frog.
Nice.
Hell yeah. Womanizer, animal form, riverboat. What else could it
That's how I
be?
feel about Disney, Nick.
I heard womanizer, animal porn, riverboats. I was like, what movie
Disney.
is this?
Honestly, yeah, I'm sure you could find. Isn't
I'm
Robin Hood?
sorry, have
animal
you not
porn?
seen Robin Hood?
Yeah, exactly. That's same. We're sharing one brain cell.
Violence and gore. During Friends on the Other Side, a man is bitten in the finger with the villain's voodoo necklace. A tiny little scruff of blood is shown just before he is transformed. And Sex and Nudity, a man needs a kiss from a princess to turn him human again. Sam is at 5, Josh is at 2, Kirk is at 1, Liz is at 0.
I did a
No
lot of
longer
work.
in negatives.
A lot of work to get to 0.
Kirk, would you like a movie from 1966, 1988, or 2012?
Let's go 88 again.
Let's go 88 again. From 1988 for 5 points, under Sex and Nudity, 2 characters start selling ice creams to, quote, get some girls.
I'm sorry. That's so. Can you imagine being like, you know how to get girls sell ice cream?
Josh has a guess. Anybody else? Josh, what do you think this movie is?
Don't tell mom the babysitter's dead.
It is not Don't Tell Mom the
That's a good
Babysitter's
guess.
Dead.
Good.
That's a
Damn it.
great movie.
It is a great movie.
The dishes are done.
For 4 points under frightening and intense scenes, the villains themselves, although comical in appearance, look very creepy and grotesque.
I got one.
Kirk has a guess. Anybody else? What do you think, Kirk?
Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
That's the name of this movie. Killer
Nice.
Clowns from
Oh.
Outer Space.
Nice.
That's such a good one.
It's definitely not Don't Tell the Mom the Babysitter's Dead. Although I think a babysitter died in that movie.
I don't know if that maybe like triggered like other movies I saw around the same time in my youth, but yeah, that was
Well, then just fuck me then.
I only just saw it for the first time a few months ago, and I wrote these clues before I had seen the movie. So reading through these, I'm like, 2 characters start selling ice cream. Well, that's going to be a giveaway. Everybody remembers the ice cream guys and Killer Clowns.
That movie freaked
I
me the
think-
shit out.
I feel like I've only seen it when incredibly drunk. And that impacted my ability to recall.
yeah.
That movie, I saw it when I was 13 and it fucked me up.
Other clues under frightening and intense scene: a character uses a man's dead body as a ventriloquist dummy, as he says very creepy and threatening messages. In contrast to the majority of the movie, this scene is quite dark and could catch many viewers off guard. Violence and gore, the film's most iconic scene: one of the aliens sucker punches a biker gang's leader's head off. The head flies through the air and falls into a trash can. Although we see the neck gore and some blood, the scene is meant to be cartoonish and funny. And violence and gore, the clowns use ray guns that cocoon their victims in cotton
that's
candy.
the shit that fucks me up.
Inside the cocoon, their bodies are converted into a bloody milkshake-like substance. The clowns then drink from the cocoons with crazy straws.
Oh, that fucked me up.
Kirk and Sammie
Oh,
tied.
it's killer clowns from outer space. Like, that isn't just clowns. They could have just said clowns.
And it wouldn't have fit this show. They did it for this show, Sammie. They did it for this show.
Also, spelling clowns with a K would have confused people then at that point. Like, it makes sense with the killer in front of it.
Yeah, that too. But mostly the show. Mostly this show right now.
Kirk and Sammie tied in first place, 5 points each. Josh at 1, Liz at 0. Still anybody's game. Liz, I believe we're on to you. Would you like a movie from 1956, 1982, or 1989?
1956, please.
1956.
I know that I can't compete on the 80s with some of the people on this show.
That's
so
a fair strategy.
So I chose one
Violence.
that exactly.
From 1956 for 5 points under frightening and intense scenes. The themes of this movie can be frightening for younger audiences. The themes from this movie could be frightening to younger audiences. For 4 points under violence and gore, a body is stabbed off screen with a pitchfork. A man gets a small cut on his hand with some bloody shown.
What year is this? 56?
56, and they show some bloody in this. Liz has a guess. Liz, what do you think this movie is?
Is it Invasion of the Body Snatchers?
This time it is Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Yay!
Also an Invasion of the Body
We're all excited
Snatchers.
for you.
Also an Invasion of the Body Snatchers under frightening and intense themes. The film uses noir-style lighting, creepy music, and moody atmosphere to create levels of tension and suspense. The feeling that something is not quite right is persistent almost from the start of the film. Frightening and intense scenes, the themes of a quiet invasion and paranoia in the film can be frightening. And frightening and intense scenes, a man and a woman are chased by many pod people. The scene has a feel of a nightmare, with the characters being relentlessly pursued by the mob of anonymous clones.
So glad I didn't go with my guess.
What was your guess, Josh?
Diamonds are a girl's best friend. That would have been very
I don't know
wrong.
if that's the name of a movie.
It is, I think.
That's a song she sings in, I think Gentlemen Prefer Blondes.
Well, then Gentlemen Prefer Blondes would have been my guess.
That's not enough words, Josh.
Gentlemen Prefer Blondes 2, The Reckoning.
Kirk and Sammie at 5. Liz now right behind at 4. Josh at 1. These scores have just been jumping around all game. Sammie, Would you like a movie from 1958, 2016, or 2017?
58.
58.
Gentlemen prefer blondes to The Reckoning. Don't take up a point from me.
Staying in the 50s from 1958 for 5 points. Under alcohol, drugs, and smoking. Some drinking and drunkenness. The title character is an alcoholic.
I mean, isn't that like every title
Every
character
movie from the 50s.
in the 50s? They're all drunk.
For 4 points under frightening and intense scenes, cornball B-movie scares involving corny special effects that most likely will not scare anyone except the most sensitive children.
Wow.
It sounds like an edgelord wrote that.
Whoever wrote that was a man at about 48 years old, I think. Kirk had a guess, no longer has a guess. For 3 points under violence and gore, lots of destruction by the title character and a giant alien.
No, it's not. It's I don't care. Sorry, I'll give my guess at the end of it.
You okay, Josh?
No, I'll give what I thought it was. I'll give what I was going to say at the end of it. Oh, fuck it. You know what? It's because I think he's an alcoholic. Godzilla King of the Monsters.
It is not Godzilla King of the Monsters.
He liked his drink.
For 2 points under violence and gore, the title character grabs a man and either crushes him to death or he dies when she hits the power lines.
Oh.
Either way, he is dead. Josh has a guess. Anybody else?
Oh, I'm gonna get this.
Josh, what do you think?
I get the height wrong. Attack of the 100-foot woman.
You had it right the first time, so I'm gonna give it to you. It is Attack of the 50-Foot Woman.
I saw what you point after my Godzilla guess.
And I have to give it to you because the final clue here under frightening and intense scenes, one of my favorite things I've read in any of these warnings. The 50-foot woman is going to eat you.
That's the whole clue?
That's the whole clue. The 50-foot woman is going to eat you. Kirk and Sammie both at 5, Liz at 4, Josh at 2. Coming into the final stretch, 4 movies remain, 1 more for each of you. Really can go in any direction. Let's go to Josh. Josh, would you like a movie from 1979, 2008, or 2014?
79, please.
79. From 1979, for 5 points under violence and gore, a few characters are stunned by crackling electricity, but not seriously injured. For 4 points under sex and nudity, there's a small reference to a character having taken an oath of celibacy. It is implied that said character is among a group of species highly desirable to humans.
Fuck. Which one is this?
For 3 points under frightening and intense scenes, the Earth is said to be at risk of being destroyed when several orbs are placed in orbit around the planet. The orbs are placed in orbit. Liz has a guess. Anybody else?
Can't think of the fucking name.
Liz,
I know what,
do you,
but not what.
Liz, what do you think this movie is?
This is a random guess. I watched this movie when I had swine flu, so in case You make fun of me. Star Trek, the motion picture.
That's why I have to be a stickler for the rules. That's the only way it's 5 words. Star Trek, the motion picture.
Nice.
The one that Skywalker dies in?
He dies in all of them. It's a neat little Easter egg that they threw in there. Also in Star Trek, under violence and gore, a few scenes with very mild space violence, ships being vaporized by an electrical storm projected by a menacing space cloud, and a few explosions on the ship. The ship is attacked by the same kind of electrical storm attack, but the ship's advanced energy shields manage to ward it off. But the chief engineer warns that those shields cannot withstand another attack as a second shot approaches.
That'd be better if it was space clowns and not clouds. Because then he could have had a crossover with Killer Clowns.
Listen, the space cloud just looks like a Windows 95 screensaver. It's clear they thought that the technology was amazing, so they spend so much time just looking at these shapes in blackness, and you're like, why? Anyway,
I'll be honest, I enjoy how just intentionally slow this movie is.
It is. No, and I do think by
it
experience,
is just there to be like, here you go, here's a movie, and everybody said no thank you. So they made a better one.
It's bad when there's a nap break in the middle.
And finally, under frightening and intense scenes, when the transporters on the Enterprise suffer a catastrophic malfunction, the two characters being transported distort into grotesque shapes and scream in agony as they vanish.
One came back as Brundlefly.
3 movies remain. Liz has pulled to the lead, now at 7 points. Kirk and Sammie at 5, Josh at 2. Kirk, would you like a movie from 1925, 1966, or 2012? 66. From 1966 for 5 points, under frightening and intense scenes. Some small children, 1 to 4 years old, may be frightened by the main character.
That's not the movie I thought it was. I am swinging and missing at these fucking movies.
For 4 points, under frightening and intense scenes. There's a scene where the main character sneaks into a children's bedroom and arises at the foot of the bed with a disturbingly sinister smile. For 3 points, under frightening and intense scenes. A scene with the main character trying to prevent the sleigh from falling off the cliff can be a little scary for little kids. Josh has a guess.
Wait.
Liz has a guess. Anybody else? Liz, what do you think this movie is?
How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Josh, what do you think?
Go with How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
This is How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Honestly, one of my favorite things. I watch it every year. And just...
See, what was funny is my original guess was Dr. Strangelove, How I Learned to Stop Worrying About the Bomb, which really doesn't jibe with the 1 to 4 children might be frightened by the...
I think that children 1 to 4 would be frightened by the main character of Dr. Strangelove.
Yeah, but
it's a Dr. Strangelove.
But that's saying that children 5 through 10 would not be scared by this.
No, they're fine. Also, under violence and gore, one scene has the main character whip his dog so that the dog can pull the sleigh. And sex and nudity. No actual nudity is involved. The main character.
Dog has a name, damn it.
The main character wears little or no clothing, but no exposure is required since his body is covered with green fur. Even some of the other characters are partially undressed, but also have no exposure, as being furry little beings as well.
Who?
No.
The phrasing.
I'll leave.
2 movies remain. Liz at 10 points. Everyone else is at 5 points.
It's still anyone's game.
It still is anybody's game. Liz, would you like a movie from 1982, 1989, or 2017?
2017.
God damn it, Liz.
Listen, you're free to choose movies from the 80s. I'm free to choose movies from the 2010s. And often I don't even do well with them. Okay.
All right, for 5 points under violence and gore, in one scene, people are seen cutting seafood in a factory, and fish's insides are seen for a few seconds on screen as someone cuts into it. For 4 points under sex and nudity, like all of these movies, there are shots entirely comprised of women's butts, but there aren't as many in this movie.
Whatever this movie is. Wow.
No? Okay. For 3 points under profanity, a man calls another man a, quote, tea and crumpets eating sumbitch. Comical.
No.
For 2 points under violence and gore, during the climax where they disarm nukes, one man's car is going underwater after the ice below is broken. He's told to grab onto the driver's side car door, where he proceeds to be dragged through the ice. He's fine besides being cold. He then hits a soldier on a snowmobile with said car door. It's implied that the soldier is dead or unconscious, and takes the soldier who he hit with the car door's pistol and proceeds to shoot soldiers coming towards him. No blood, as it happens so quick.
Okay, well, none of us have seen this.
Liz has a guess. Liz, what do you think this movie is?
The Fate of the Furious?
You picked the right one. This is The Fate of the Furious.
It was that fucking the like frozen car door, man. This is
one
only
of the few
like,
that actually
I
fits
have
into this.
never seen a Fast and the Furious movie except for the first one. And I take so much pride in it.
Listen, I decided to watch all of the Fast and the Furious movies like a year and a half ago. And that's the only reason I know.
You
Better have done that for a podcast.
No, I just did it because it was a thing.
The best thing about the Fast and Furious movies, they're all family friendly.
See, I still get that reference though.
I started at Furious 7.
Wow.
And then went back and watched the rest of them. Because I had so much fun with Furious 7.
Confusing.
I watched them all because someone gave me a Voodoo account that had them all. And I was like, oh, that's the only reason I'm not watching.
But no, once it hits Fast 5, the series is off into a whole different series that's
they just keep
way
like
more fun than it
doing
should be.
Weird shit that makes less and less sense.
If there's no time travel in this next movie, I don't know what their topper is.
Hey,
they went to space.
Yeah.
They went to space in cars.
If they don't use the tagline "Fast 10 year seatbelts," then we've got a real problem on our hands.
Listen, I feel like they're never buckled in.
Well, a final clue under frightening and intense scenes in this movie, the main character of the franchise, Dom, is forced to become a villain in order to protect his newborn son. Watching him go down this path can be hard to watch.
No, it isn't. No, it isn't.
It isn't.
It isn't at
No,
all.
because he cares about his family, and then he's attacking his family. And then in the next movie, they reveal he has a brother that he abandoned years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. That guy was
Played
just
by
a
John
peacemaker.
Cena.
He's just a peacemaker.
One movie remains, and we're playing for second place because right now Liz has 12. Everyone else has 5.
But she could get 3 wrong.
Why would I choose to do that?
Because for fun. For funsies.
Sammie, you get
Actually,
to
no,
pick
that
the
wouldn't work.
last one.
It still
wouldn't
wouldn't
work
be
'cause
enough.
It wouldn't be
Yeah.
enough because we'd have to get the 5-point run. Then you'd have to get three ones wrong after we get the 5-point one right.
Sammie, would you like a movie from 1982, 1989, or 2012?
Was that 1982?
82.
Yeah, let's do 1982. Have fun with second place,
right.
one of you.
Final movie of the night from 1982. I should, you know what? Real quick, to make sure I'm giving you the right information, I have a different date listed on the other form, and I'm pretty sure this movie came out in 82.
You're totally Josh hosting this up.
I am wrong. This movie came out in 1981. Is that okay, Sammie? I know you don't care, but I have to ask because I fucked people over before.
It's sure.
I think you should give us 12 points for this if we get it right.
This movie is from 1981. For 5 points under frightening and intense scenes, the dream sequences become increasingly scary or disturbing. Sammie has a guess. Anybody else? Sammie, what do you think this movie is?
It's not that year.
All right, great. Thank you for playing, Sammie. For 4 points under frightening and intense scenes, a man is chased through a subway corridor, which builds up tension. Josh has a guess. Anybody else? Josh, what do you think this movie is?
Invasion of the Body Snatchers?
No, this time it is not Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Oh, fuck me then.
For 3 points under violence and gore, a man's friend is seen at intervals of an increasing state of decay. The man meets his bloodied victims in an adult cinema.
Oh my fucking god! God damn it!
Yep.
Fucking God
Fuck
damn
this.
it.
Fuck this. Fucking hell.
Both of us are mad
you
at
know
Nick
what?
and ourselves.
I
Same
got third
time.
place.
Oh, hold
I got
on.
third
No,
place.
I'm gonna let Liz guess, and then I want the two of you to say what it is. Liz, what do you think this movie is?
Nightmare on Elm Street?
Sammie and
No.
Josh, what is this movie?
Oh, man.
American Werewolf in London.
Werewolf in London.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Son of a fucking.
I knew I was going to be wrong anyway.
It is an American Werewolf in London.
Now,
I've never
here's what
seen
makes
it.
it so much better, Nick.
Uh-huh.
Because I almost didn't guess it. And I didn't because I thought it was 82.
Right? I don't know why. It seems like an 82 movie.
No, it's 81.
It just
Yeah, I
has
know.
that
I just
82
Googled
vibe.
it.
Yeah, god damn it.
We were all so young. John Landis hadn't killed any children yet.
That we know of. I mean, like,
But he
if
did
it-
have one that he should have.
Yes, true. True.
And the thing is,
Honestly,
I decided not to. I could have gotten this so much quicker, but I decided not to use it for mine on Thursday because I'm just like, this has been used.
Well, now it has.
Just to wrap this up, under frightening and intense scenes, the transformation sequence is quite eerie, mostly due to the breathtaking animatronics and makeup. And frightening and intense scenes, the werewolf attacks are infrequent, but for the most part, very intense. The werewolf itself is one of the most frightening looking wolf monsters on film to this day.
True.
That was An American Werewolf in London. This was Inappropriate Movie Database. Our final scores tonight, real close game. Kirk came in at 5 points, Josh at 7, Sammie at 8. Liz taking home this game, 11 points. Liz is the winner tonight.
You know the worst thing about American Werewolf in London is? He never goes to Lee Ho Fook's. Have some beef chow mein.
Naked American man stole my balloons. It's the best line in movies. It's
In
the best
all
line.
movies.
I was going with Werewolves in London by Warren Zevon.
You know, I saw Lon Chaney walking around
With the Queen?
and then I saw his son.
Was he walking with the Queen?
Both of them. And, you know, I don't think either of them are their hands aren't clean of her death. We should investigate.
Oh, man.
Thank you all so much for playing. This was a joy. Before we go, if there's anything you want to promote, anywhere you want to be found, or any last words, Kirk, I'll start with you.
No, not really. I'm cool.
All right, cool. Josh, you got anything you want to talk about?
Yeah, I'm on Sammie's. I think I'm on Thursday's show, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I'm on Thursday's show. And then I'm on Sammie's show on December 17th. And I'm on JD's show, the one who replaced in January. And I got to tell you, the best opening lines in any song is a Warren Zevon song, which is "Lawyers, Guns, and Money." Which is I went home with the waitress, just like you normally do. She was, oh no, what was it? How was I to know she was with the Russians too? It's just a great line. Anyways, that's what I'm talking about.
All right, great.
Bye,
yeah,
everybody.
you can see Josh bring more of that heat on Thursday.
Yep, I'm gonna talk about a different Warren Zevon song on Thursday.
Sammy, what do you want to promote?
Thompson Gunner.
Okay. Yeah, follow me on all social media at Sammie James. I am hosting Thursday with horror movies that Sammie recommends. It is the toughest game this show has had because I'm recommending movies that I don't think the people playing have seen, and Josh is on that.
I am very curious. I feel like it's going to be a low scoring game, and I'm excited.
I threw some softballs in. I'm just it's listen, I recommend it. It's good.
Tune into that.
I run the Waiting Room Health and Body comedy and storytelling this Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern. So I'm doing a lot of shit this week. Okay.
Yeah.
And that has a great lineup. And then Halloween, you can see everybody's two favorite people who do this show on a show that I am hosting. Okay, you get to see J.D. Stevens and Lloyd Legacy Sharp, among other amazing people who would all be pretty great on this show on the Halloween Zoom show.
I'm not
That's
a
on
favorite.
Halloween.
That hurts. That hurts.
Waiting Room this week. Is that Carrie Ross you've got on?
Oh, yeah.
Carrie is the best. She's done this show before. You should go watch that. Also, like Sammie said, Thursday, October 20th, 8 p.m., Sammie's hosting with guests me, Josh, Marty Viscosi, and Jenny Ismayer on that show.
Jesus Christ, it's going to be a hell of a show.
Finally, our winner tonight, Liz. Do you have anything you want to tell people?
Tell them about Lawrence.
Oh my God, that's so embarrassing. Yes, I have a lovely boyfriend now. He works in IT, and is also a leftist, and it sounds made up because he like volunteers every other weekend at the soup kitchen, and people keep telling me he's fictional, and I'm like, listen,
The Canadian?
He just goes to a different country.
Yeah, no, grad school is hard, so keep that in mind if you're considering applying. And I'm one day will return to comedy, but it's not today. So that's really all what
What was the show? The show was funny. You returned to comedy.
This show is fucking serious. We don't play games on this show.
I'm on the wrong show. Holy shit. Wait, no,
I
that
just
would've been
mean
funny.
like I'll return to doing stand-up. I'm sorry. I didn't clarify. That was my bad. That's my mistake. Let's see. Yeah, follow me on Twitter at Liz Estey, or Instagram at Liz Estey. And if I do a show, that's where I'll post about it. And thank you all. Also, Nick, do you know about the recreational dispensary near us?
I sure do.
Okay.
It's not bad.
Listen, I was just pumped I didn't have to go to like Brookline. So
I mean, Brookline will deliver to you.
That's true.
But no, you'd go up to the to the Heights and go.
Oh,
this is
that's
just real
right.
local talk. That's where I was going for a while until this new one walked up. But
Yeah.
we're having fun. Anyway, thank you once again to my guests.
Yeah, guys, come to Arlington. There's multiple options.
We have two recreational dispensaries now.
Because apparently people in Arlington need two recreational.
I used to live in Arlington. Yeah, they do.
Once again, thank you to Josh Poirier, Kirk Broussard, Liz Estey, Sammie James. I'm Nick Martucci. You can find me on all social media at Blundering Idiom. Find the show on Facebook, search Inappropriate Movie Database, or click the link in the description of this video. Twitter and Instagram at IMDb Game. We do the show 2 times a week, Monday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern, Thursday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern, right here where you're watching. I don't know how much longer that's gonna continue. I might try one a week in November. We'll see based on interest. But thank you all for supporting this. This is just a thrill to do. Please share this with your friends if you think they might enjoy this. And if you want to be a contestant, reach out to me on any of those. I'm going to start booking November pretty soon as October winds down. These years are flying by. Thank you all so much for watching.